And then when we bring the engine in, we're just gonna have to try to put it, and we'll put it in place on top of the mounts that are already mounted, already bolted down. This is why I've been so quiet lately. I met a woman who I'm very fond of. This is original. I need to take it apart, clean it up, put it back in order, and then remount it. This is all corrosion, or a good amount of it's corrosion from this thing. I just pried it out because I found that this just isn't going to be serviceable. This is where the engine controls were coming through. Just gonna clean that up. Might just be big enough, or small enough rather, to accept the new one. All right, that's done. I need thicker fiberglass, I think, to build that back up. And put some fiberglass. It doesn't need to be a ton on this side of it, but that way I can be pretty much just ready to put the new regulator in when I'm ready to do that. Okay, now it's time for the installation of the regulator, and we got the instructions here, and I got the template set up over there, although I noticed that it's crooked, so I've got to change that. But I'll get started at making a new hole in the boat to install this thing, and then after that I should be ready for the engine. First we'll drill some pilot holes. Okay, not too bad. I gotta take my jigsaw and cut along the line here, leaving these 4 outer screw holes alone. Okay, well there you go. That's the fiberglass work that I did. When was that, 3/8 inch thick or something? It's pretty good, nice and strong. So now we follow the directions. We'll clean up, follow directions, and move on here. Well, there's the new mechanism, and it's installed. I think I could probably get new cables. I think these are original cables to the boat, but for now I'll use them. This is the exterior. Sorry I didn't show more of the installation. It was a little bit frustrating. The instructions just aren't very good. It's not terribly difficult. It's just, I wish it was a little bit more clear to begin with. And the big frustration I have right this moment is that, well, you can't see. I'm concerned if I pull this off, I'm gonna break it because that's exactly what happened. But it's not sealed. It is this mechanism, as they call it, behind here. You probably can see from this side here. You know, there's just it's set up in such a way that, you know, water. There's no way to stop the water from coming through. And that's just so big. Like, that's boat 101. Keep the water out. I mean, the engineers have just failed, I think, in this case. They just don't care, is my impression. Anyways, I won't rant too long, but let me go ahead and put this handle on now. I got this handle. Put that on, set screw, little push button, another screw, and I will be done. Okay, well, that's it. I'm gonna have to do something with this, but you know, even through here, the center, I'm talking about waterproofing this or somehow. I could pull this back off and put some butyl tape around it, but still, even like internal right here through this, you know, there's no way to seal that. And this silver ring spins. Oh no, it doesn't. It doesn't spin. Huh. It doesn't spin. Huh. Well, okay, I'll think about that because that would be important. Okay, got everything packed up, as you can see. The most part, regulator is in down here. I really have to think on that waterproofing. I've got to redo it. I think it's going to leak just with rain, so that's a problem for the winter around here. Okay, all loaded up. Let's get this thing back on the boat. All right, so there's the mounting beds. I'll put the mounts back in. I haven't touched the bed at all. I'm leaving it as it is. There was nothing wrong with it. It should still be okay height-wise. I did find, I didn't show, but I found a centimeter of water or something down here when I arrived. It's been about a month since I've been to the boat. And I bet you, well, you can't really see it, but right behind that hose right there is the new regulator for the engine, the new engine control. And there's virtually no way to seal that from outside water. And water comes right down when it's raining, and it leaks right inside and down below. It drives me crazy because I'm trying to make this boat watertight, and that is a freaking open hole in the boat as far as I'm concerned. So I gotta do something with that. I'm not sure what. But we got this. Let's see here. I've got the new mounts, and I've labeled them because I've already kind of adjusted the height here. Let's see what I can do here. I've labeled them. That's forward, starboard right here. And I kind of adjusted this to where the old one was. So we'll take the top off here, and then I'll bolt this down into the holes down here. And then when we bring the engine in, we're just gonna have to try to put it, and we'll put it in place on top of the mounts that are already mounted, already bolted down to the hull there. And then after that, I'm gonna leave it be because I've got other priorities. And frankly, this is why I've been so quiet lately. That's not gonna work. I've got other priorities. I met a woman who I'm very fond of, and so we've been spending a lot of time together. This is not changing my plan. I have been taking it a little bit slower lately, yes, but boy, she's good, and she's worth every effort. And she's okay with me taking my trip here in another year or so. So she really is gold. Anyway, so here I am today. I'll get these in, as I said, and I'll put the engine in, and I'll just set it down, and I'll come back another day to align it and hook up the electrics, all the rest of the hoses, all the rest of that. But I want to get that in, and then once I get that in, I can return the boom to where it was, and I can finally get this this mainsail out of the cabin, and I can start putting the cabin back together to some extent. I got some Lanacoat. Should be aft starboard. these are going to have to be moved, so we'll have to go ahead and loosen that up a little bit. Okay, so let's get the rest of these done and be back. Okay, I've got all 4 in. They are loose so that I can position them as the engine comes in. We said these nuts have been positioned already according to the last ones, but they're going to have to be manipulated because the height, because these are unused, are just a little bit different. So we'll go through that, but that will be for another day. Okay, I've got the chain hoist hung on the boom, which is wrapped with several lines of the halyard. The halyard goes up, of course, to the top of the mast. I've got the topping lift on also. Probably could release that, but and then the chain hoist, and we've got the chain coming down, and it's connected to the lifting eye of the engine here. Sorry about the light, it's early morning, trying to get this done. So I'm gonna go ahead and get so anyways, what we'll do is we'll go ahead and I'll have some help here. We'll keep the engine away from the side of the hull. The engine will lift off the pallet without the mounts, without the old mounts, and then it will come up. I'll put this railing down here. I'm going to get an Allen wrench for that. Remove this key right here, pull that down. This will loosen up, and then we'll swing the boom. We'll swing the boom around the center with the engine up hoisted high, bring it around, and then we'll drop it back down. Yeah, so I appreciate you guys standing by there. So if you want to watch that, I'm going to grab the boom,
as being ubiquitous is just a
bring that around.
And, you know, it is being that sounds.
Okay. All right. So if you just want to watch that side over there, Scott, make sure we don't ding the last remaining right work on the boat.
Yeah, the last remaining. Everybody's a comedian.
All right. Let's see.
Tell me when you need to go down.
All right, we need to go down now. Steady. Hold on. That's okay. Keep going. The first 2 studs are aligned, so we're just keep going back. Yeah, keep going down.
Problem with you sailboaters, you just don't have enough cold beer.
Well, I do. It's in the car.
Oh.
Hold on a second. Hold there. Okay, we'll keep
down.
coming. We're basically on the front 2 studs, so we just gotta push it. It's gonna come back to the rear there.
Okay. Well, tell you what, I can do the part you're doing right here. You just guide it.
Okay. All right.
That gets you lined up.
Let's see. Hold on
there,
Bob. Because it wants to fall. Maybe. Let me get this. Doesn't seem like it's. Oh yeah, we're actually loose here.
Yeah.
So it's bound up on the left. Hey, can you put some more tension back on that?
I'll do it. I'll lift it. See, I can. Well,
I know, but I need it off this stud over here.
There.
Well, I know, but you're just.
Okay, go ahead, Bob.
Yeah, just pick it up a little bit. Okay, hold there.
I see what you're doing.
Okay, go ahead and go down. Whew. Yeah, this doesn't, oh, hold on here.
Hold.
I gotta look. What are we doing back here? There shouldn't be any impediments to it.
Except the angle.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I know. All right, we gotta go back up a little bit. take tension on back on the chain, and I'm gonna shove the whole thing forward. It's resting on the output
I would
shaft.
put nuts on the two mounts that are.
Okay, you can do that.
Just so they don't slip off.
Yeah, I agree.
Output flange on the cooling?
In the shaft. No.
Oh, on the shaft.
The output shaft.
Are you able to get that shaft to go further down on the down like past the cutlass, or at least proceeding?
There's very little room there, but I'm just gonna try to
it'll hit the rudder.
I'm gonna pull this up.
Okay.
No, there's just no room on the shaft itself. Let me get a cleaner nut here. All right, I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna get in that cockpit locker right there. See what I can do in there. Just maybe a ½ inch, but I think it's because that stupid regulator I put in has no way to seal it. It's set up so.
What's the regulator that would?
The throttle.
Oh, throttle?
For you gas engine people.
No, I have a diesel.
Oh, do you?
And how does that affect water?
Well, it's on this behind you on the bulkhead of.
So you're talking it was rainwater.
Rainwater. Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I'm talking.
Gas people. God almighty.
You don't have two big like V8s in your.
No, I have two like Cummings. And then a Yanmar that's the pain in the ass right now. It might take a person behind the engine as well as in front of the engine.
It might. You're absolutely right about that. Yeah, it might. And honestly, we might have to just lift the engine up again, get it off all the mounts, move them as far forward as we can, and then resettle the engine. There just might be too much friction involved here. Let's see.
You might have another thing to do.
What's that?
I don't know how you would do it without doing things twice, but you might have to pull the engine off the mounts, remove the mounts, put the mounts on the engine so they slide, put it onto the shaft, and then get the motor in position, raise it up again to refasten to your stringers.
I'm hoping to avoid that specifically.
I understand,
Yeah, you're right. That may have to be.
So, what do you need us to do?
So I think let's just go ahead and lift the thing off completely. I'm gonna physically move the mounts because right now the torque, if I pull the engine, the torque is on the top of the mounts and not the base of the mounts.
Okay, coming up.
Okay. Hold on a sec. It's racked on
It's a little ratchet. It's kind of a sweet little unit.
Here, can you take it off a little bit?
Take it down?
Yeah.
Going down.
All right. It's just racked on a mount. I gotta.
Okay, going down.
Keep going.
Okay.
No, it's not.
Sorry. Here we go.
You're right.
Am I still going up?
Just hold there a sec. Just doesn't want to. Everything's off center. So it doesn't want to. It's off all three studs. There's one it's on deep, and when you lift it, it racks, so it brings the stud over, and it's not a lot of room here to lift the engine up.
Yep.
Straight. All right, there we go. So up, por favor. Okay, this is a real bear, but we've got the engine on two mounts. The mounts are all loose on top of the carriage there. We're trying to get the rear in, and the problem is that the output shaft flanges are overlapping, and it's causing us trouble. It's binding and whatnot. To make matters worse, the hoist point is not center of gravity, so as soon as you put tension on the hoist, the engine racks. And of course the bed for the engine is not flat. Anyways, we're working on it.
We got it. Nice job.
Okay. Thank you so much, Scott. Got them on. Everything's in. The back flange is lined up. Whew. Okay. That really wasn't too bad. I know that I've got it pretty easy because the access is really not too bad. in this engine bay. The engine only weighs 155 pounds or something. Really not too bad there either. Pretty much a good amount of room to work with when the electrics are out of the way. But it did take a little bit, and you know, for better or worse, I always feel a little bit rushed, a little anxious when I've got help, because I feel like I owe it to them to get it done as quickly and as efficiently as possible. So when there's a little bit of a hang up, I have a guilty conscience. But those guys were super helpful. Bob, Scott, thank you so much, really. All right, so I'm just gonna put a couple of studs, rather the nuts, on the top of the studs for now. Actually, I'll look at the back. I want to see what it looks like between the two flanges, but I'm not going to do any more today. That's that. I'll get back to actually hooking up the electricals, hooking up the new hoses, the fuel tank in the back there. All of this stuff will come here shortly. All right, engine's in, the mainsail's back up on the boom, all packaged away. It's a short weekend for me, but I wanted to say thank you so much for watching. Thanks for sticking it out with me in these long lapses between videos, and we'll be back again soon to get that engine installed properly and connected.